Hi there, Taurus. Healing Grasshopper here to do your third week in July reading, the 16th to the 23rd. So I started your reading and I realized that I had no sounds. So I had to stop and restart again. I'm glad I realized that early in the reading and I didn't do the whole thing because I would have been upset. But anyway, um, let's start with what I have. I'll fill you in and we'll move forward from there. We've got the King of Cups first, we've got the Sun, we've got the Seven of Cups, and then the Nine of Swords. Okay? So, what this is talking about is a productive week. We'll start with the Seven of Cups here, the third card, which is talking about an influx of either ideas or opportunities that are going to be presented to you um, that you can't implement all at once, right? Because there are seven of them here. You're going to need to choose one or two of them to focus on, right? Um, and but this really talks about like shiny ball syndrome. Like as each of the opportunities come to you, you're like, "Ooh, that looks good. Oh, look at this one. Oh, and that one." And then there's a lack of focus and you don't get any work done, right? But what's really great is that you have supportive energy around it here with the King of Cups. That is the most rational card in the deck. He is a person who has mastered his emotions, right? He is a he is connected with his emotions, right? He's not cold, and sometimes he can be perceived like that, as cold and cut off from his emotions. If he were reversed, maybe we could look at it that way. But King of Cups is really he is emotionally accessible. He is in tuned with his emotions. But the important thing is that he doesn't let his emotions run away with him. He has mastered them and he is not overly emotional and he is rational, right? So that is an energy that's very, very important in a situation like the Seven of Cups presents, because you need to be rational and decisive here. And speaking of decisiveness, you've got the Knight of Swords under the King of Cups, which boosts the decisiveness of the King of Cups here. Because swords are intellect, and this is fast paced, fast moving, and confident intellect. Combined with the King of Cups is strong decisiveness. This is an energy where you are able to acknowledge your what makes your heart leap when you look at one of these Seven of Cups cards, but also accessing your discernment as well. So the sun here talks about what makes you happy, but more importantly, an acknowledgement from the universe of what makes you happy, right? What makes you happy is aligned with what the universe wants for you. So this is very auspicious, right? So let's see, now that we're caught up, let's see what else we've got. Ace of Wands in the middle of your reading. Very good. We'll see if that's reversed in a moment. Temperance, very good. So let's see. We've got reversed Ace of Wands? No. Okay. So the Ace of Wands under the sun, right? Remember what I said about your desires being aligned with what the universe wants for you, right? This is confirming that. because here is the universe handing you a wand, a course of action, right? So this is the decisiveness and the confidence and desire to move forward, and this is the way to move forward. This is the game plan that you're getting from the universe. Temperance, under the Seven of Cups, talks about alchemizing these opportunities, right? Because the opportunities aren't anything until you alchemize them, you manifest them, right? So here you are working on manifesting them. And this is a conscious working with the universe, right? To implement them. So that's very important. This week, you need to keep this in mind that you you are supported in everything you do by the universe. And as you have that in mind, it gives everything you do a boost. Because, too, you have you need to ask the universe for help and work together with the universe because you have free will, right? So the choice is yours, but if you bring in your spirit guides and ask them to help you, then you get that boost, right? So that's what I was mentioning here, that if you keep your spirit guides and the universe in mind while you're working and welcome in that help, then you will get the boost. You've got the Nine of Cups. This is emotional fulfillment under the decisiveness, right? This is what it will bring you: contentment, strength. We'll see if that's reverse, but let's see what our other two cards are. King of Wands. Not surprised to see you here, King of Wands. And the last card, the outcome card. Yeah, okay. Nine of Wands. So, wait, let's see. Either of these reverse? No. Okay. So the emphasis here that I'm feeling are the wands. Okay. You have got three wands here that really stand out to me. And this is all about implementing and doing instead of dreaming, right? This is not a week of, oh, wouldn't that be nice, or wishing and that kind of thing. This is, oh, what a great idea. How do I get this done? Right? So, oh, what a great idea. How do I get this done? King of Wands. Because King of Wands is not a dreamer. King of Wands is a doer. He comes up with something, and you can somewhat say that King of Cups, yeah, I don't really want to say that, but in a way, King of Cups is somewhat of the dreamer, right? Because he is about emotion, even though, and I don't like to say dreamer because dreamers can be stuck in emotion, and King of Cups is not that. But he is very in tune with the dream and the emotion, right? So you have emotion here and you have action here. flanking the Ace of Wands, which is about a game plan. So, what Nine of Wands is saying is that don't give up, right? Because this guy has wands behind him, and this is all of the action that he's taken behind him. And he's taking a rest with this one wand here. He's got a bandage on his head. It implies that he's been through quite a bit. And he's taking a rest like, whew, this is rough, right? So it kind of says that, it's not going to be an easy week, but it will be a productive week, right? Because this is the production behind him. So, yeah, there'll be times when you take a breath, but just remember that you've got this Ace of Wands in the center here. You've got the universe behind you, helping you. You've got the Six of Pentacles. Okay. Now keep in mind the last card that we pulled out, the Nine of Wands, is the phew, this is tough. And then the next card is the Six of Pentacles, the Be Generous card. So this is be generous with yourself. Be careful not to beat yourself up while you're going through this process, right? Because you're going to have difficulty here. This is saying, so don't give in to saying to yourself, like, oh, I'm not doing it right. What's wrong with me that this isn't working? You know, you need to look at things like, okay, this is par for the course. There's difficulty, we'll take care of it. I'm working on it. I'll get there. I can do this. The sun. Look at this. Double sun. I can do this. This is going to work out with a little bit of elbow grease. King of Wands repeated. Oh, I didn't talk about the strength card here. The strength is really boosting the King of Cups. This is not allowing your emotions to overtake you, right? And having the courage to move forward. Even if you're going through a difficult spot in the week. This still talks about the yeah, it's hard, but I know I can overcome this. I know I can get it done, which is what the King of Wands is. That's why the King of Wands came out here, right? Because it instead of here, because it's it's connected with the Knight of Swords, the decisiveness, right, and confidence, and the Nine of Cups, your emotional fulfillment that you know that you will arrive at some points. This is a great reading, Taurus. You guys are going to do very well this week and this month. You know what? For the coming months too, because I've been talking about the energies that are changing and the shift that we're going through. And it's apparent in the readings happening in the past 2, 3 months. The energy is changing from everything is bad to, you know, here comes and everything was bad or felt bad to us because we're all going through some kind of tower moment type thing where the universe was taking a bulldozer to our life, a wrecking ball. And that never feels good, you know? Watching a building implode and fall to the ground is terrible. Smoke, rubble everywhere and dust, and when the dust clears, it's like, oh my gosh, look at this mess. And that's what we felt like. But now, you know, the bulldozers and the caterpillars and the workmen and everything have arrived and they've started to build. And that's what we are feeling now. And I'm talking metaphorically, right? So we feel, however slow it is, it doesn't mean that it's all going to be built in this week or month, but at least we feel that momentum, right? We feel the ideas coming in. We're starting to be able to visualize things improving in our lives, right? So here is the Seven of Cups. You moving away from old energies that weren't serving you. And for those of you who have been following me for a while, you know this is my favorite card. I call it the Be Your Own Hero card, where one is walking away from maybe comfortable things. This is like being in a job that pays the bills but doesn't fulfill you, and you know that there's something better out there, and you are brave enough to go out and look for another job or start a business or do something that you know will serve you better while walking away from that thing that was, in your comfort zone, that kind of thing. So there's a level of heroism that you need to have in that type of situation. Like, no, I know there's something better for me and I deserve better. That's what this is. And that's not too hard for a Taurus to arrive at. Yes, you Taurians like their comfort zones, but you guys know when something is not aligned with you, right? Because you're always looking for that next best thing to make you feel good, and that's what you're doing. Like, yeah, this isn't my thing. I'm going to go and look for that fulfilling situation that's going to make me happy. Ace of Pentacles reversed? No, right? Here's the coin arriving here, right? So this is material improvement here. And let's not forget, these are two aces together. This is an ace on top of an ace. The Ace of Wands, which is the game plan with the universe and working together with the universe. And here is the Ace of Pentacles on top of it, the material gain that you can get from that game plan that the universe is also backing, Taurus. So you're on your way. Believe it. Okay, we need one more card, please. Okay. Both of these? Okay, so, wow. Reversed, the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Okay. Let's go back to the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Wands here, where he's taking a rest like, ooh, this is hard. Should I keep going? Type energy, right? So you've got the Knight of Wands, who is all about action. So what this is saying is just keep going, just do it. With the Queen of Wands here talking about Stay positive. That is what this sunflower motif is about behind her, and she's holding a sunflower. This is about optimism and enthusiasm, happiness, right? This is just like the sunflowers behind the sun. They represent, you know, happiness, right? So, Queen of Wands implements the things that she needs to implement with enthusiasm, right? So, yes, it's tiring, but just keep going and keep your head up to the sky, to your dreams, right? Advice cards? No. So that's the reading, guys. Hold on to your dreams because they are promised to you. It's just going to take a little bit of elbow grease to get there. Okay, Taurus? And another thing is that I mention every now and then with Taurians is that you have the wrong reputation of being lazy. It's not true. You're only people only call you lazy because they watch you in your relaxation mode, kind of like cats, when cats are lounging, we're like, God, cats are so lazy. No, they just know how to relax, right? And they're efficient with it. Um, but the important thing that I'm trying to convey here is that Taurians know how to get what they want. And when they get an energy like the Seven of Cups presented to them, they get to work. They do see the value in work if they see reward in it at the end, right? So gather your earthy Taurian spirit to get you to where you want, and then you will be rewarded with that hedonistic, loungy type lifestyle that you like to have. Work hard to play hard, right? And no one understands that better than a Taurus. Okay, so it is coming, Taurus. I am thrilled for you. I'm looking forward to hearing from you in the comment section if you've made it to the end. Thank you very much for spending time with me, and I hope that you will come back because there will be plenty more messages. Let's move forward into the Earth split together. Okay? I can't wait to hear from you guys in the comment section. Let me know if this resonates. It really helps me move forward hearing your comments. They're very supportive 99% of the time. And I really enjoy them. Okay? I answer every single comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. It is a gesture that is super quick, costs you nothing, but means the world to me. So I thank you in advance. Okay? I will speak to you guys soon. Love, light, and many blessings.